Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome to our first flight with the second study level airliner for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And this of course is the Just Flight Avro RJ Professional, the successor to the BAE 146. We're in Düsseldorf in this December morning and we're going to fly over to Zurich for a quick 55-minute hop over. We've just finished up the walk around and we are now heading inside to start our pre-flight preparations for our trip to Zurich. Now, the aircraft is already in a turnaround state and ready to go, so let's take a seat over here and start our setup. Now, first things first, we are going to import our flight plan from SimBrief, and that gives us our OFP, which we have right over here. A quick look at the weather reveals that in Zurich we do have K conditions at the moment. It's getting a little bit worse in the evening, but for the day we should have good weather. The same in Geneva, where we've got K and will have K. So with that, we can make a decision on the fuel. The standard would be 4.9, and if we just round it up to about 5 tons, we should be more than good to go. So let's go over to the aircraft menu, where we can import our SimBrief data. Then we can add that tiny bit of extra fuel that we wanted, and go for an instant refueling today, and boarding will be done through GSX. So let's go right for the GSX menu over here and request our boarding. Now with those basics out of the way, let's start a couple of safety checks here. So the no smoking signs are on, the nav lights are on. Since fueling is complete, we are also going to turn the fasten seatbelt sign on. Over here on the top, everything is switched on, just like it should be. The weather radar is off, spoilers in, fuel off. Yeah, you can attach the tuck already. Alright, and that's our general safety checks of the aircraft complete. So let's continue with our setup as we go into the FMC, Avro RJ100, current nav database, onto the position in it, and onto the route, and then here we go. So we're going from Düsseldorf over to Zurich, and our flight number is going to be the Swiss 319er Victor, which is the real-world flight operating on this route. Our departure is off Düsseldorf, runway 23 left with a Doden 1 Tango departure, and then let's head over to the route page and start our route entry. So, after Doden, we are going to depart via Yankee 853 towards Bombi. Then we continue via Tango 721 towards Relax. And then we can already go for the arrival. And our arrival is going to be the ILS approach into runway 14, and we do have a Relax 14 transition available. So let's go ahead and have a look at what we have just entered. So onto the legs page, let's also find our charts. Düsseldorf over here, and then charts, departure, 23 left, and it should be the southeast chart if I'm not totally mistaken. And indeed it is. Okay, so let's have a look at our departure. We are proceeding straight ahead to Delta Lima 239er, even though there is no altitude restriction over here, so not sure why there is one in there. Then a left turn, Delta Lima 241, then we continue Delta Lima 242 above level 150, Elbal, and then a right hand turn towards Betzow, and thereafter Doden, which is above flight level 250. So that's looking good. Activate and execute. Then let's go on to the init ref for our performance initialization. Now, our reserve fuel today is going to be 2.3. Clear that, please. 2.3. The estimated zero fuel weight is 34.9. Cruise flight level 290, as it is a fairly short flight. The cruise winds are going to be 297 at 42. And the ISA deviation is +1. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. And we can execute that. And finally onto the VNAV page. Climb schedule is 260 / Mach 0.63. And the cruise will be at Mach 0.67, please. Execute that. And the descent will be high speed, so let's say 0.67 / 280. Alright, and that's our basics entered. Now VNAV page over here, and you are going to get the Lex page. Here we go. Alright, time for the instrument scan then. Our brakes are cool enough by now. Let's turn the brake fans off. Ground ignition, since we're flying on an even day, is going to go to A. Down here everything's set, Over here likewise everything is good, and the same goes for here. Now, landing elevation is going to be 1400, and the anti-ice is set as needed. APU air and PAX can go off though, since the APU is currently not running. Alright, the rest is set up here, and loop A is selected on all the engines. Moving a little bit further down then, flight deck emergency lights out, and the seatbelt signs are on. Brings us down to the main panel, where we can set the flight directors on. Our courses can be set to the runway courses, 232. The heading bug to the runway heading, again that's 232. Initial climb, altitude 5,000 feet. And the right-hand course to the runway track, once again 232. In terms of the radios, I will tune Düsseldorf VOR active on number 1, 1515, and Gaminghausen on number 2, which is 15.4. On the main instrument panel, let's set the QNH, which we can grab from here, and it is 1031. Which is set, and 1031 is set everywhere. Okay, very well. Then down to the pedestal. Down here there's not all that much for us to do. So we want the datas visible, and we want airports visible. And the same on the other end side. Last but not least, frequencies 1 to 2.8 and 1 to 1.5. That shall be fine. Okay, Squawk 2000, transponder to above, range 12, and that's it. Alright, beautiful. Then let's quickly have a look down here. So, transmitting on VHF 1, listening to VHF 1 and 2, and let's not kill our ears completely. Alright, so that is good. Well, with that, pretty much everything is set up for our flight, so are you ready for the briefing then? Okay, sure thing. So, you start. Okay, Düsseldorf, runway 23 left, Doden 1 Tango departure. Initial climb 5,000 feet and the MSA is 2,400 feet. Extra fuel and time, we basically didn't take any extra. Happy with what we have. Alright, no hotspots for the taxi. Stop margin for ejected takeoff is, I don't know, a couple hundred meters. Engine outset straight at 260 me from Düsseldorf, which is active on nav 1 and identified down here. And then we proceed to Lima, which is on frequency 311. Which we can tune on the ADFs over here, 311. Okay. In case of an immediate return, Düsseldorf is available with 2,700 meters runway. Cologne is available at more than 3,000. So we do have plenty of runway available everywhere. I do not have any special operations or non-standard operations. However, there is one thing that we need to consider, and that's the 3,000 feet restriction over here. So how How are we going to solve that? Well, we are going to apply noise abatement procedure number 1 instead of the normal number 2.
Boarding is complete.
Thanks. So we climb straight to 3000 and only then we are going to accelerate. And that's it. Any questions? No? Okay. Alright, they are closing the doors here in the back. Then let's quickly say hello to our guests. Liebe Gäste, einen schönen guten Morgen aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel. Im Namen der Swiss darf ich Sie herzlich an Bord von Flug 1017 nach Zürich willkommen heißen. Flugzeit heute 55 Minuten in einer Höhe von 29.000 Fuß. Wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Aufenthalt. Lehnen Sie sich zurück und genießen Sie den Flug mit uns. Und wir melden uns mit den neuesten Wetterinformationen, wenn wir uns im Landeanflug befinden. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emanuel in the name of Swiss. Welcome aboard flight 1017 to Zurich. Flight time this morning 55 minutes at a cruise altitude of 29,000 feet. We would like to say thank you for being our guests today. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight with us. And if there's anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew. Thank you for your attention and again welcome aboard. Okay, done with that. Then let's close that door, please. Provided we can find the click spot. Here it is. Okay. APU start. And in the meantime, cockpit preparation and crew at station checklist down to the line, please. Circuit breakers checked in, radar off, electrics, GPU, APU set. Panels and pedestal checked, oxygen valve and pressure checked, cockpit preparation completed. Then crew at station checklist, gear pins and covers on board, aircraft lock checked, parking brake set, fuel quantity and flow meters. So we have 5,180 kilos on board and reset. Okay, altimeters, QNH 1031, reading 120 set left, set right. Pressurization checked, IRS checked, FMS checked, flight guidance checked, crew at station checklist complete down to the line. Okay, so, zero fuel weight 34.9. And we have 34.9, 5.2 gives us a gross weight of 40.1, which is fine in here. Okay, let's go for some takeoff data then. 41 tons. We are going to do a reduced thrust takeoff. Our flex temperature will be something about 40 degrees. V1 134. Then V rotate 134. And flap retraction at 184. Okay, and last but not least, V2 is 138. Here we go. Okay. So, that's our takeoff performance done. The briefing is complete. And the APU is available and online. So, the ground power unit can be removed. The chocks have also been removed already. That's perfect. Okay, looks like for some reason it disconnected from the Navigraph account, but let's not worry about that right now. Okay, so, below the line please. Takeoff data, set, trims, set, takeoff briefing, performed, crew at station checklist complete. So, ground from flight deck, go ahead. Please confirm all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and bypass pin is installed. All confirmed? Roger, thanks. Then stand by. Okay, let's get a little bit of airflow going before we actually start the pushback. Alright, before engine start checklist. Fast belts on, packs and APU air. Alright, here we go. Off. Then beacon and strobes on, fuel panel set. Okay, doors, windows, closed, and, well, I'm not gonna remove the windows. Slides on, transponder on, B4 engine start checklist complete. Okay, ground flight, you're clear to push, and we are pushing on to Tango today, runway 23. Roger, on Tango runway 23, release parking brakes. Parking brake released. Starting the push, and you're clear to start the engines at your discretion. Thank you. So, 5,000 in here. We'll just set some random squawk, because why not? So, here we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna start the engines in the wrong sequence today. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I don't have to look over all the time in order to catch those click spots. So, master warning system on, and then we're starting engine number 1. Clear 1. Engine 1 start. And 2. And 1. All pressure. And we have ignition. Have a good start in engine 1, starting engine 2. Clear 2. Engine 2 start. And 2. And 1. Oil pressure. Pushback complete, set park and brake please. Park and brake set. And we have a good start in engine number 2, starting engine number 3. Clear 3. Engine 3 start. And 2. And 1. Oil pressure. Alright, the tuck is disconnected. The engine started progressing well. We have a good start 3, starting 4. Clear 4. Engine 4 start. So, same story over again. And 2. And 1. Oil pressure. Right, the ramp agent is seen. She's already given us a thumbs up. Obviously, this should have happened after the engine start was completed, but let's not ask too much of GSX here. Okay, 4 good engine starts, clear to disconnect, clear signal on the right, and have a good day. Bye-bye. flight control check. Go for the flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And the rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. After engine start checklist. Generators, online, brake fans. Don't think I turned those on. Okay, brake fans, auto, hydraulics on and auto, ice protection off, air conditioning on APU, auto throttle. I always forget about that one. Here we go. Auto throttle, armed, flaps, 18. Flight controls, checked, clear signal received, after engine start, checklist complete. Clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Park and brake released. So, taxi to the left, to the right, and then follow full length on runway 23 left. Brake check. Brakes okay. And we are clear everywhere. Okay, nothing there on the left. And clear on the right. The performance in this simulator is just super stunning, isn't it? So much better than Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Alright, I have no changes to the takeoff briefing. Do you? No? Okay. So, config is good. Taxi checklist, please. ATC clearance, verified, thrust, and takeoff data. So, we've got a reduced takeoff at 40 degrees. Interestingly enough, that master switch doesn't do anything, but okay. We have reduced thrust takeoff at 40 degrees, speeds 134, 134, 138, flap retraction at 84. And the SID is straight ahead, noise abatement departure procedure number 1, in order to meet the 3,000 feet restriction, around 5 miles from the airport. In case of an engine failure, straight ahead to 60 me from Düsseldorf, which is tuned active on number 1, and then a right turn inbound Lima NDB, pick up the hold over there, climbing to 3,000 feet. There are no specials, no non-standards, the aircraft is in good condition, and the weather is not a factor. Any questions? Perfect. So, flaps and speeds. 18, and the bugs are set. Takeoff briefing completed, config checked, master warning system checked, cabin to go. No, not you. Not you.
Please take your seat for takeoff.
I might have interrupted the sequence there.
Cabin is secured.
Okay, thank you. So, cabin crew, prepare for departure, please. And we'll take Lima 2. Radar coming online. TCAS coming online. And LNAV is armed. Okay, clear on the approach. And clear on the left. Ready to go. So, runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff. Set takeoff thrust.
Check thrust. Airspeed alive. Thrust set.
Checked.
80 knots.
Tracked.
Go. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up select.
Traffic.
Disregard. Transponder off. Or rather TCAS TA only. Right, we do have LNAV. Autopilot 1. Lovely view on the Rhine down there. So, set climb thrust. Climb thrust set. Engine anti-ice on. Look at that climb rate, just 1200 feet a minute. But anyway, we got our 3000. So, level change. Speed 210. And accelerating. In the meantime, departure would have cleared us to a higher level, so let's go up to flight level 190. Oh, come on. Set. I've really seen aircraft that accelerate better than that, but it's a 146, so that's kind of part of the charm, isn't it?
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Alright. Flap 0. Okay, flap 0, speed 250. Is selected. And with that, once we have accelerated, we are finally going to climb at a decent rate. As mentioned, that's the 146 for you. One of the good things about the slower rate of climb, though, is that the cloud surfing just looks really impressive. Really, really impressive, isn't it? Alright, reaching 250 knots. Then let's see what kind of climb rate we are going to get here. 1300 feet a minute. Wow. Set standard. Standard cross-check passing flight level 50 now. Checked. Look at that, 1600 feet a minute rate of climb. But wait for it, now that we're clear of all those clouds, let's turn off the anti-ice, and that should immediately give us a nice boost. So, engine thrust increasing. Wow. Now wait for it to stabilize. We'll get eventually some 2,500 feet a minute or so, which is finally a good rate of climb here. That anti-ice is really a killer for your aircraft performance in the 146. Now let's go ahead and attach the sun visor here. Definitely a much needed device. Well, and with that we finally established in a proper climb. So, weather radar, range 100, slight angle downwards. VNAV, legs, looking good. The lighting engine is just so absolutely amazing in this sim. It just looks so good. Alright, passing 10,000, speed 260, and then we can clean up. Fuel is balanced, 4-pump sun, lights off, APU off, air condition and pressurization 4.0 climbing set, fasten belts off. Okay, system checks please. Engine air on, APU air off, packs on, APU stopped, lights off, flaps 0, gear up, TRP, climb, altimeters cross-checked. And that's the system checklist complete. Alright, let's stow the checklist for now. The next ones we'll need are all located on the control column. And then I'd say let's enjoy the flight, and I see you a little bit later. you ready for the approach briefing? Sure thing. So, we are inbound to Zurich with an MSA that's ranging up to around, in the approach area, 4,500 feet, then 5.7 in the missed approach area. Coming in for radar vectors, ILS approach, runway 14 down to a minimum of 1610, and the go-around trajectory straight ahead left-hand turn, extra fuel is, well, enough. Okay, manual approach, flight director guidance, landing flap setting 24, stop margin 1000 meters. We don't have reversers fitted, we are using manual braking anyway, and we vacate the runway at the end to the right. For the taxi in, we are going to cross a runway which forms the hotspot of the day. Any questions? Nope. Wonderful. That's our briefing complete. Okay, so past 10,000, 10 checks are coming up. So that's fuel balanced, 4 pumps, lights on, angle of bank 25, air compress 2.2 descending set. So anti-ice back off, fast modes on, recall check 1215, still monitoring, 10 checks complete. Okay, let's start the left turn towards the final here. They're giving me heading 150 for now. And we are already receiving the ILS up here. Warlock armed.
Localizing the line.
Checked. Localizer capture. Runway heading 134 set. Alright, then we can stow those speed brakes again. Here we go, looking very good. Approach checklist, please. 1000 to go is checked, but we can actually go down to 4000, please. So, approach checklist, altimeters, QNH 1039. Fasten belts, on, APU. Starting it now. So, APU starting, fuel panel set, cabin is warned and steep approach off, approach checklist complete.
Cabin is secured for arrival.
Thank you. 1000 to go. So, speed back to 20. Beautiful terrain, beautiful lighting conditions, beautiful aircraft. That new simulator is really a blast, isn't it? And then back inside, as things will turn interesting soon. Altitude acquire. Speed back 180. Altitude capture. Approach armed. Right into the sun. Okay. I'll tell you what.
Flight slope alive.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
No. But let's get that sunshade in place here. Here we go. Okay, a little bit more speed brake to reduce that airspeed.
Flight slope capture.
Check. And
Speed checked. Flaps 18.
flaps 18. So, speed back 160. Looking good. What beautiful weather conditions we have here in Zurich.
Speed checked. Gear down.
Okay, gear down. Landing clearance is received. Cabin is seated. Then allow me to have a little bit of fun.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
No.
Speed checked.
Terrain
Flaps
ahead.
24.
Pull up.
Okay, flaps 24. So 139 is going to be our final approach speed. Set.
Speed checked. Flaps 33.
Nope, we stay on 24 today. Okay, APU air on, tags off, cabin is still pressurizing. Very good. Landing checklist. Landing gear down 3 green.
1000.
Brakes yellow and checked.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Oh come on, where can I turn that off? So, lights on, flaps 24, cabin secured, airframe anti-ice off, APU air on, engine air off, nose wheel steering centered. Landing checklist complete. What a beautiful scenery this is here.
500.
Combined with a lovely aircraft, that's how I enjoy flight simulation at the most.
Minimums.
Continue. Even though I disagree with that. Yes, our minimums. Continue.
100.
Air brakes out.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ground item. Spoilers yellow and green.
Wonderful. Flattered in a little bit, of course, but you'll see how much of runway we have available. $70 knots.
Brake pressure checked.
Manual brakes.
60 knots.
And here we are, welcome to Zurich. So, vacate at the end, cross the runway in Kilo. So that's going to be the first to the left. And with that, welcome to Zurich. Oh, actually Kilo is that one already, my mistake. So we go straight ahead. So, clear to cross runway 28, we are clear on the left and we are clear on the right. So, after landing checklist, gas block air brake, set in, radar off, APU on, flaps 0, after landing checklist complete. Okay, we're going to taxi forward, then off to the right, and then we'll go straight to the parking stands. And if we now manage our brakes right, then we will not need a single bit of thrust here. All the way from reducing thrust to idle on the ground. Oh god, they turned the music player on, you hear that? Gotta love it. Okay, lights off. So, lights off, radar off, very good. Parking brake set, APU is online, and the generator is on. Alright. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll tell you what, we might just about still need that AC pump. Okay, parking checklist. Parking brake set, slides disarmed, transponder TCAS standby, hydraulics off, generators off reset, air conditioning on APU, engine shutdown performed, fasten belts off, exterior lights off, brake fans auto, fuel pumps 1 on, ignition off, ice protection, engine anti-ice on, heaters off, parking checklist complete. Well, my friends, and with that, welcome to Zurich. I sure hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to leave your feedback below. Tell me how you like the 146/Avro RJ in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I'm very much looking forward to your feedback. And as always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you for watching and see you all again on the next one.